premiere in Shanghai, the first joint event of the International Federation of Robotics and the Chinese Robot Industry Alliance, the IFR-CRIA CEO Roundtable. In his welcome address, Dr. Sakakibara, president of IFR, said that in 2012 China was the second largest destination for industrial robots. It's the most rapidly growing robot market and one of the most important contributors to the continued success of global robotics industry in the past years.
The Chinese robot market was always a topic, but now, for the first time, we do not discuss China only with foreign companies, but also with local experts. I'm sure that will shed light on new side of China and its powerful industry.
Mr. Ru Zhang, president of China Machinery Industry Federation, stresses the importance of robot industry to China.
For the future cooperation and development, I have three major points of view to share with you. First, developing robotic industry is a common career goal for all of us here. The rapid development of science and technology has brought new changes to our lifestyle and production methods, and it will also inject new vitality to the robotic industry. By using new technology and measures, we can increase the product quality and added value, expand market share and application. This is common goal for the industry. Secondly, our robotic industry development is taking a new step forward. The 12th five-year plan is a very important period for our industry transformation and upgrade. In recent years, Chinese government and related departments have launched new policies and planning regarding equipment manufacturing industry adjustment and boosting, the machinery industry and other related industries. Thirdly, cooperation and win-win situation to create the prime time of the robotic industry. Currently, developed countries' robotic industry has been in a very stable growing stage. Technologies are being matured, and there were more than 160,000 production last year, and the need and demand in the Asia market has developed very quickly, and it has become the strongest drive of the robotic industry. And it requires the cooperation of all countries to further innovate the technology, production.
The worldwide sales of industrial robots, as Andreas Bauer, chairman of IFR Industrial Robot Suppliers Group, mentioned, has decreased by 4% in 2012 to about 159,000 units.
Between 2008 and 2012, so the last 5 years worldwide, the robot sales increased on average every year by 9%. For this year, nobody of course exactly could say, but we think this will be on the same high level also in 2013. So let us have a closer look to the industries. As you can see, and as you maybe also know before, the automotive industry is the biggest consumer of industrial robots worldwide. Also last year, this was an increasing number here. Worldwide, 6% more robots have been sold in 2012 in the automotive industry. But also the other industry, chemical industry, plastic industry, food industry, they increased their numbers. Looking on the total robot market, roughly 1/3 is automotive industry, 2/3 are all other industries. We call it general industries. But we are today here in Shanghai, so let's have a look on the China market. Of course, growing market, and it's not a surprise that China mainland is the most rapidly growing market in the world. Between 2005, you see the numbers here, to 2012, in average, every year we have an increase of 25%.
All CEOs and participants of the Roundtable think commonly that there will be a great development room in the next 5 to 10 years. Also, they expect a higher demand of usage of industrial robots. The biggest challenge?
The current task is to develop the current market. We have been talking about all the industries going to use robots, and indeed, many companies believe they need to use robots. But first, we need to change the manufacturer structure because we have a lot of old processes. Standard of procedures are all based on human labor, but if you want to do automation, you need to change the mind of the leaders and change the standard operation, change their procedures to suit the robot application. This is a very crucial point. If there's no such transformation, we'll still use the traditional production. But robot production is totally different from human labor. So this is a crucial point. And secondly, robots' performance and technology are improving very quickly. There are some industries, they really want to use robots, but the performance and application of the robots cannot satisfy the needs of these businesses, so they still cannot use it. We need to make smart robots and greatly improve the smartness, the intelligence of the robots, so there will be wider applications in the future. The third is the improvement of performance is a good thing, but also the price has to come down because there are many businesses, especially in China, their profit margin is very low already. And if you adopt a robot and the investment is too high, if the robots are too expensive, many businesses want to use them, but they cannot afford it.
I think it's really important that we work together on developing this market. The distinguishment between the global and the foreign brands, I think, is a little bit artificial. I think we are all in the same boat. And if you ask me, as a foreign company which is fully registered in China under Chinese law, our expectations is to get the same treatment as was promised by ex-premier when in Davos every company who is registered in China is being treated as a Chinese company. I think that's a very important promise, and particularly for an industry where the national development on China is so important. It is even more important that we see this as one group developing together the future.
I think the big challenge is, of course, reduce the price, reduce the cost, adapt to Chinese market. This is the biggest challenge for us. In order to reduce the cost, reduce the price, I think only for us, only by ourselves is not possible. Therefore, cooperation with local Chinese companies, and I think this is the most important things.
We will face a lot of realistic challenges. For example, after-sales system and the timeliness of services is also a great challenge ahead of us, because once the robots are in the production line, they have good productivity. Once the robots are stopped or maintained, it doesn't just affect the unit. They will have a very huge impact on the production line. So the building of the service system is something we have to attach great emphasis to. The challenge we face is the lack of talent. Robots, as robot suppliers, we need to build our business. We don't need capacity. We have enough capacity. But why we are not making a large amount of robots? Because we need to look at the automation of the robots, not just the units, because it has to do with the promotion of the use of robots. Based on my experience, that's what's limiting the development of the industry. There are some traditional industries that are already lacking human resource for automation, and when they want to apply robots, they can't just hire someone from the automotive industry. Even if he's someone who used the robot, he doesn't know this industry. We need to be confident for the future. I'm saying that because the industrialization of China is not complete yet, and the automation is not complete yet. For the market, for the future market and the products, not just automobiles, also residential houses, appliances, there are still great demands, and that's what's supporting our economic growth and our confidence.
One learning I would like to, I would like to share. When joining the company in the 90s, we had a discussion in Germany, with the peers, you're going to a company that's killing jobs, automation, robotic. This is really what you want to do. Right now, with the experience and taking it from Germany, I would say look at the numbers of robots have been sold and look at how the country is doing. I have to clearly say it's for sure not a job killer. It's for sure a production keeper. And I think this is more than valid for all the countries wherever it is going to be applied, this robot technology, and for the sure also in future for China.
All in all, Chinese robotics industry needs to update the quality of the robotics, the cost of the robotics fitable for Chinese market, the optimization of after-sales service, the integration to be more effective, and to cultivate the robotics market and the integrated solution provider. As far as the future is concerned, some participants commented that the industrial robots application in China should not fully and simply copy the experience from abroad, but combine the latest technology and the market demand in China.